Students, in my last class, I have started the topic Principles of Inheritance and Variation. I will revise certain terms today and continue with today's class. The terms inheritance and variation. Inheritance is the transmission of characters from parent to offspring, and variation are the differences found between parent and offspring and even amongst the siblings. The study of genetics was first time carried out by Sir Gregor Johann Mendel, and he was rightly called as father of genetics. He used garden pea plant. The biological name of garden pea plant is Pisum sativum for his experimental studies, and it has 7 contrasting characters. For example, height of the plant can be exhibited in 2 forms, tall and dwarf. Color of the seed, yellow and green. Like this, it has got 7 different contrasting characters, and these are very helpful in carrying out hybridization experiments. And Mendel, using this garden pea plant, carried out monohybrid cross experiment, dihybrid cross experiment, etc. In today's class, I am going to explain you about Mendel's monohybrid cross experiments. But before we start with the monohybrid cross experiment, let us know certain terminologies used in genetics frequently. They are, the first one is hybrid. It is an offspring of a cross between two parents with different characteristics. So, here two different parents, if they are brought together and offspring is produced, which is called as hybrid. Phenotype. It is the physical or observable characters of an offspring, and it is used to describe the external expression of a particular character. Example, tallness, dwarfness, color of the flowers, violet color, white color. So, these can be seen. So, these expressions of a particular character is called as phenotype. Genotype. It is the genetic constitution of an organism and is expressed by symbols like capital T, capital T, capital T and small t. So, here let me explain. Our biological characters are completely controlled by our genes, and these genes are always present in pairs. So, this is called as a genotype. Dominant character. A character which is completely expressed even in the presence of a recessive gene is called as dominant character. So, here in hybrid capital T small t, the capital T is dominant over small t, and the capital T represents tallness and the small t represents dwarfness. So, the character which is expressed is called as dominant character, and the character which is suppressed is called as recessive character. Dwarf character is a recessive character. Homozygous condition. The homologous chromosomes contain similar pair of genes. Both the genes are responsible for the character. Such plant produces only one type of gamete. Example, capital T and small t small t. So, here both the genes are same, and the same genes will produce only one type of gamete, that is capital T, and small t will produce only small t gametes. Next one is heterozygous condition. The homologous chromosomes contain dissimilar pair of genes with respect to a trait. Trait here is a character. Example, capital T, small t. Such plant produces more than one type of gamete. So, here capital T, small t will produce two different types of gametes, and they are capital T and small t. Here one gene is responsible for dominant character and the other is responsible for recessive character. Gene. It is defined as the functional unit of heredity responsible for the expression of a character in progeny. Mendel used the term factor. So, during Mendel's time, the term gene was not coined. So, Mendel in all his experiments used the term factor here instead of gene. Allele. They are a pair of genes present at a specific locus on homologous chromosomes, but determining the alternate expression of some of the characters. Example, tall and dwarf. These are contrasting characters of a particular trait. What is the trait here? Height. In the same manner, Round and wrinkled, this refers to shape of the seeds, can be present in two alternative forms. Color of the seeds, yellow and green. So, these are also contrasting forms of a character, the color of the seeds here. Next is locus, the position of the gene on the chromosomes. Let me clarify here, the genes occupy particular space on the chromosome, and this space or the point where the gene is present is referred to as locus. Monohybrid cross, a cross between two parents which differ in one contrasting character. Example, tall and dwarf are the alternative forms of height. So, in monohybrid cross experiment, only height is taken into consideration. So, it is called as monohybrid cross, only one character considered, that is height. In dihybrid cross, two characters are considered for the experiments, shape and color of the seed. So, two characters are considered, hence it is called as dihybrid cross. Punnett square. A Punnett square, which is also called as checkerboard, is a graphical representation of the possible genotypes of an offspring arising from a particular cross or breeding event. Creating a Punnett square requires knowledge of the genetic composition of the parents here. So, here probable genotypes of the offsprings can be understood here by putting the gametes in the checkerboard or Punnett square. Why it is named as Punnett square? Because it was first time designed by a British geneticist, Reginald Punnett. So, it is named after him, a Punnett square. It is called as Punnett square. Mendel's gene concept. According to Mendel, in an organism, every character is determined or transmitted by a definite hereditary factor which is now called as gene. Mendel's monohybrid cross. Mendel conducted an experiment where he crossed tall and dwarf pea plants to study the inheritance of one gene. So, here both the parents are homozygous. So, capital T is crossed to small t, that is dwarf plant. Pea plants have a gene for height. This gene has two alleles, tall and dwarf, capital T, small t. Since pea plant is diploid, what is the meaning of diploid here? Double set of chromosomes. Haploid is n number, diploid is 2n number. So, diploid number, they will have two alleles, hence three possible genotypes could be obtained. Capital T, it is homozygous, character represents tall. Capital T, small t, heterozygous, but the character represents tall here because small t is a recessive character, capital T is a dominant character. Small t is homozygous and it represents dwarf character. Now, I will explain monohybrid experiment. A homozygous tall plant was crossed with a homozygous dwarf plant, capital T into small t, wherein all the gametes from the tall plant obtained a T. In my previous slide, I have already told that homozygous condition will produce only one type of gamete and heterozygous condition will produce two types of gametes. Capital T allele and all those from dwarf plant had a small t allele. These represented parent generation. Parent generation bears capital T and small t. The factors separate during gamete formation. Since the factors are identical, all the gametes will be of the same type. All the offsprings produced were hybrids. So, capital T into small t will produce a hybrid called capital T small t. This is the genotype. So, it is a hybrid because both the genes are different and it is also called as heterozygous and represent the first filial generation. The hybrid which is got by two parents is called as F1 generation. All the plants were tall but heterozygous and they contained both alleles capital T and small t. This is made very clear in my next class because in the next slide I will be showing you schematic representation as well as diagrammatic representation of Mendel's monohybrid cross. There was no trace of dwarf character in the members of F1 generation. Hence, Mendel came to the conclusion that Tall character is dominant character and dwarf character as recessive character, which was completely suppressed. When the F1 hybrids are allowed to reproduce among themselves, this can be done by self pollination, F1 into F1. So, capital T small t into capital T small t. Both these are heterozygous, so they produce two different gametes each. Each parent produces two types of gametes. Capital T small t, capital T small t, these are the F1 generation, and it will produce two types of gametes, capital T small t, capital T small t. So, 2 into 2, 4, 4 offsprings can be got. Hence, number of gametic combinations possible is 4 and is worked out in the Punnett square. From the Punnett square, nature of the second filial generation can also be determined. The Punnett square is shown in the next slide. So, I will be showing the Punnett square in the next slide. So, as I told you in my earlier slide that Punnett square can help to get the probable genotypes of the offsprings. The F2 generation contains 75% tall plants and 25% dwarf plants in the definite ratio of 3:1, or in other words the factors for tall and dwarf characters are segregated in the ratio of 3:1. So, the character here in F2 generation, the dwarf character has again reappeared. So, this is the diagram, schematic as well as diagrammatic. This is called schematic representation, this is called diagrammatic representation. So, let me explain first with the diagrammatic representation. This is tall plant, this is dwarf plant. It will produce a tall plant, but that is hybrid, that is selfed, or it is undergone self pollination. So, capital T small t into capital T small t will produce 3 tall plants and 1 dwarf plant. The same can be explained in the schematic representation here. So, concentrate here on this diagram. This is tall plant, dwarf plant, parental generation. What are the genotypes of parental generation? Tall plant will have capital T, dwarf plant will have small t and small t. Since homozygous condition, it will produce only one type of gamete, that is called capital T. Here it will produce small t gamete. So, hybrid will have capital T and small t. So, this is a hybrid. It is selfed. Selfed means what? Capital T small t into capital T small t. Self pollination is brought out. Now, capital T small t and capital T small t both are heterozygous. So, how many types of gametes it will produce? It will produce two types of gametes here. So, capital T and small t will produce two types of gametes, capital T and small t. So, capital T small t into capital T small t. Put the gametes in the checkerboard or Punnett square. So, here capital T small t, capital T small t, but these two are the F2 F1 generation plants, and it will have 4 possibilities: capital T, capital T, capital T, small t and small t, small t. So, out of the 4 offsprings, 3 of them are tall and 1 is dwarf. So, out of the 3 tall plants, 1 is homozygous, other 2 are heterozygous. So, heterozygous means what? They will contain capital T small t, and homozygous will contain capital T small t, and one plant is dwarf plant, and that is homozygous. So, what is the phenotypic ratio here? What is phenotypic? External characters. 3 plants are tall, 1 plant is dwarf. So, the genotype of 3 plant is 3 is to 1. 1 is dwarf, 3 are tall plants. This is called as phenotypic ratio. But what is the genotypic ratio? Genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. One tall plant will have capital T, capital T. 2 tall plants will have capital T, small t. One dwarf plant will have small t, small t. So, that is called as Mendel's genotypic monohybrid ratio. So, phenotypic ratio is 3 is to 1 and genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 is to 1. So, based on monohybrid experiment, Mendel came to the conclusion and he put forth certain laws. What are those laws? The first one is called as the law of unit characters. It states that the inheritance of different characters by an organism is controlled by number of factors, and these occur in pairs. So, by understanding monohybrid cross experiment, you might have come to the conclusion that the genotypes, the capital T small t or capital T will control the biological characters. So, capital T will have tall character, capital T small t will also have tall character, but it is heterozygous. Small t will be homozygous dwarf plant. Next one is the law of dominance. It states that in a cross between two purebred organisms with contrasting characters, only one character of the pair appears in F1 generation and is called dominant, and the other, which is not expressed in, is called recessive. So, here tall plant is dominant and dwarf plant is recessive. Next one is the law of segregation of characters or the law of purity of gametes. So, this law states that whenever pair of factors for characters is brought together in a hybrid, they segregate or separate during the formation of gametes. So, here when hybrid is brought together, they will not produce the same type of gametes, but they produce two different types of gametes. So, I told you in my previous slide that capital T and small t, it is a heterozygous condition, it will have two types of gametes called capital T and small t. So, the gametes get independently assorted and they come together again in F2. The recessive character can be shown again in the F2 generation. So, this is the meaning of the law of segregation put forth by Sir Gregor Johann Mendel. So, thank you students. This is all about today's session, and I am going to continue with the next session, and in the next session I am going to explain you about Mendel's dihybrid cross experiments. Thank you.